Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm pissed off tonight. Oh, Q. Podfather, jump right in. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Welcome.
They were waiting.
They're just waiting for us. We had an outstanding crowd last week.
Q, about fucking time.
Is Spanky staying up tonight? Or is it past his bedtime?
Oh, it's way past his bedtime. You got to remember one leg. It's like 9 o'clock. He's done.
Oh, wow. Oh, look. Slightly joined us over on Podbean.
Hey, Slightly.
Yeah,
Welcome to the show. Good to see you.
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Looking pretty sharp there with your beanie on, baby.
Oh, yeah. My beanie baby.
Yeah, your beanie. Teeny weeny beanie.
Weenie beanie baby.
Been waiting over an hour. Q. If you go to Podbean, it tells you exactly what time we're coming on.
Yeah.
10:30.
Aren't we worth the wait?
Since I carve all this stuff out, we don't have to wait this long. We can actually just fly right into it. Because this is going to be an exciting day, other than the fact that I'm dejected and pissed off.
Why are you dejected and pissed off?
Dude, I don't know if you want to get into this, but we've turned a new year, so health insurance has reset.
Oh, boy.
I don't know if you have to deal with that. And now, here's the funny thing. My mother is, she's on Medicare with a wonderful health insurance program as supplemental now. That was fantastic when she wasn't on Medicare. But turns out life-saving drugs that she needs to remain above the ground have quadrupled in price.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Really?
Yep.
Quadrupled?
Quadrupled. A prescription that I paid $47 with for last year is now $200.
Oh, my God.
That's 400% markup.
Do you know any illegals?
Just Spanky's son-in-law, but I don't know.
I'm telling you, I'll be getting on that.
Dude, I'm afraid to go over the border to get that shit because now they're putting rat poison in it, and you never know what you come back with.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I say we just kick the hell out of this off.
Let's do it. Yeah,
here we go.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, having made his escape from third world California and landing in the bright lights and freedom-loving locale of Las Vegas, pleased to share the fruits of legal immigration, capitalism, news, and entertainment that is serious, but only slightly, and sponsored by Common Sense with your host, James Mitchell. Take it away, Mr. James.
Hey, what is going on there, Scoot?
Yo, James.
It's been a long day. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning.
You had quite an exciting day.
Oh, my God. You betcha.
Tell us a little bit about your day today, Slightly.
Oh, I did a lot of driving around. And then later this evening, I went to our good friend Amelia, who's moving out here in, I believe, in March. She purchased a bed.
Yes.
And my sole responsibility today was to meet up with a couple of workers that she had hired.
Were they legal?
One is questionable. The other one's black. So 50-50. So we go to the warehouse and pick up the bed. And we head over to the condo where she's going to be renting. Yeah. And she's like, yeah, just the lockbox is there. Just pick it up, unlock, put it in the garage, and you'll be on your way. No problem. So we get there. And first off, it's like amazed to find this condo because there's like over 100 condos in this complex. But anyways, we finally figured out after about a half hour of driving. And I'm not joking. You can't make this up. So we get there and I told the guys, I'll be right back because the garage is like where the street is and you have to walk around the entire building to enter the front door, which is kind of weird in itself. Yeah. So anyways, I get to the front door and looking around, there's no fucking lockbox.
Whoops.
So here I have like a, $13,000 mattress and, retractable bed spring or box spring, whatever it is. And I got no place to put it. So, yeah. So we were looking around for another 20 minutes for a lockbox. Maybe someone tried to break into it and just tossed it somewhere. No. Then I saw the same exact lockbox on our water faucet on the next door neighbor's faucet.
Yes.
Right. So I'm thinking, oh, well, maybe we found it.
Sweet.
No, absolutely fucking not. And she's free. So she's freaking out. Now she's pissed off because she said, I told you we should have done a dry run yesterday.
Dry run.
Because she's paying these guys like $2.50 each a minute.
Whoa.
Yeah, because it's overtime, whatever this little app that she used.
Wow.
So anyways, to make a long story short, one of the helpers said, well, if you want, I can just put it in my storage. And when she arrives to Las Vegas, I can deliver it for her.
And you can charge her double because she was willing to pay the overtime for the little, what was it, the Tickly app or whatever the fuck that app is?
I don't know what it is.
The
I still
Help
don't
Me
know
app?
what it is. I'm like, I'm just hopeful that she'll see her mattress again.
Well, you know, there's a lot of disposable income with certain people coming over the border that Biden's been giving to them. You could make a tidy profit.
You know what I heard? The figure that I heard? I heard it was over $1 billion they've made over the past couple of years. The cartels.
Yes. I've heard it's more than that, actually.
Well, I said at least.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard that is quite a bit, substantially more than $1 billion that the cartels are raking in just from illegal trafficking across the southern border of the United States.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that right there is what you call Bidenomics.
We're building the cartels back better.
That's right.
Yeah. Woohoo. Fuckers.
Fuck me.
Okay.
Oh, hey. Oh.
Does that come with the bed, too? Because Q wants to know, $13,000 bed, that better make her come independently of anybody else.
Oh, yeah. I haven't laid on it yet, but trust me, when we get it all set up, you bet your ass I'll be trying it out.
Sweet.
Oh, yeah. I forget what mattress. Let me tell you what it is.
What is it, purple or one of those Octavians? Or
No. It's expensive as hell, though. But she only had to, because she works for the company, so I shouldn't even be talking about it because her company doesn't even know that she's fucking leaving.
She swiped it.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's Q has a very good question. Does it take quarters?
No, but it does still vibrate without the quarters.
You don't need hits for $13,000. You get a whole year of vibration.
That you do.
Sweet.
But no, it's some fancy pants bed.
It's not one of those that roll up into a box, is it?
No. I mean, I thought I had an expensive bed. I mean, I make monthly payments on mine.
Well, Rent-A-Center's different, okay? We don't need Rent-A-Center. Yo, BP. Welcome to the show.
I remember I live on the West Coast. Never mind.
Rent-A-Steal. That's what it is. Yeah, it's the dollar Rent-A-Steal.
Shit here. If we just walk in and grab whatever it is we want.
Do you identify as illegal now? What are we doing?
I'm starting to think that. And then I get home tonight, right? Yes. And I know we haven't got into our subjects yet, but I get home tonight, and guess what? Big Sexy has to say. He says, "You'll never know what happened to me today." I said, "Fuck, only God can only imagine."
Let's hear more.
So he said, "Well, I passed up a cop tonight on the highway. And apparently I didn't notice him, and he followed me for quite some time. And then he eventually pulled me over asking, 'Do you realize you're going 110 miles an hour and you passed me?'" I said, "Well, there goes your fucking license."
What did he do to get out of it? Because I know there's a good story here. He didn't get a ticket at all, did he?
That motherfucker didn't receive a ticket.
I told you.
Unbelievable. He told the cop, he's like, "I'm sorry, officer. I was just jamming to my music." And he's like, "It's cool to be jamming, but not at 110 miles an hour.
Why not at 110? If you're going to do it at 50, why not 110? Fuck it.
Well,
Turn
if
on Journey.
And if you're not going to get a ticket, well, what the hell? Why not? He's like, the cop said, well, when's the last time you got a ticket? He's like, oh, probably 8 years ago. He's like, well, tell you what, you got places to go and I got places to go. So let's not, cruise to your music at 110 miles an hour in the future.
I swear I didn't know.
He swears he didn't know.
BMWs are meant to go to triple
He says
digits.
BMWs are meant to go to triple digits,
German engineering. That's correct.
Oh, so that's been my day. How the hell has your day been?
Oh, dude. Other than getting pissed off because of the prescription debacle that we're going through, because I thought Biden told me that he fixed all those prices, dropped insulin down to $35 a month. I thought he did that, but turns out he did not. He did not. $140 for insulin just to keep my sainted mother alive.
Send the damn bill to him.
Yeah, they sent it back. They sent it back and say, you're a Republican, you're a conservative. We're not paying for that shit for you.
That's why you're getting charged 400% right there. They know how you vote.
Dude, I got incensed, and unfortunately, the poor technician behind the counter, I was irate. I was like, I've been buying this shit for 10 years for this woman. I have not paid this much money for this prescription. The prescription is Eliquis.
Okay, I've heard of that.
Eliquis. You take it to it's kind of a blood thinner. It's a new generation of blood thinner that doesn't, you don't have to take rat poison, warfarin. And so it's supposedly better for the blood. The funny thing is that the Eliquis, the FDA just approved a generic for Eliquis. It's kind of surprising. Price goes up 4 times the regular amount. FDA approves a generic for Eliquis. But here's the caveat.
Uh-oh. What is it?
Generic for Eliquis will not be out for 1 to 2 years. So I'm screwed either way. And it's the principle of the matter. And she can't use her wonderful handy dandy healthcare that she had for 50 years being a public servant and a school teacher. And she has to now, because she's 91 years old, she has to use Medicare. Medicare, the end all be all that'll kill you.
Yeah, that's why it's called the end all.
It's
end all life.
Fucking what it is. So
unbelievable,
dude. And then
well, doesn't that even piss you off that much more when all these illegal aliens are getting free health care? We just want to strangle them.
That is strangle is one of the things, and fucking your old home state, California. Good Lord, what are they? They're just, I don't know how to describe Californians anymore.
I don't even think Californians want to be known as Californians.
Are they running? They're exiting. I know U-Haul. You can't get a U-Haul to get out of the state.
Yeah, I know. So the mattresses, I looked that up for you. It's called Shiftman mattresses.
Shiftman mattresses.
Yeah, Shift. Not, and Adam Shifty Shift does not own them, but yeah. I've never heard of them myself. They must be a popular thing on the East Coast. Either that or just above my price range.
Only the 1%ers on the East Coast in, down on Long Island, you can get it. You get a deal for it. $13,000. That's a good deal for one of these mattresses. It molds to your body and it massages you in all the right places and does a little vibration, keeps you cool on the hot nights and hot on the cool nights. And it'll even hire somebody to come in and touch you.
Oh, sign me up.
Where's that payment plan? Comes with pre-owned blood stains. That's right, Q.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Man, I think
blood stains.
Is it Amelia? Is that
Amelia? Yes.
Amelia, one of those upper crust New Englanders, it sounds like.
I don't know. I haven't figured her out yet. She's a damn good poker player, though.
Well,
Yeah.
is that why she's coming out? She's going to
I
enhance
think
her
so.
skills?
I think she's going to encroach on my tourism.
Oh, brother. Well, then take the bed. You take the bed. You take it down to south of the dam, and you sell it. That's all you do.
Right?
So I don't know what happened. It was in my storage, Amelia, and somehow it disappeared. You know, the criminals out here, they're coming from California. I don't know what to tell you. Vote Republican.
Right?
Yep.
One day she will. I give her about a year and a half, and she'll start voting red. I have faith.
I don't know. I don't know if you can say that. Look at this. Spanky is over on Facebook checking us out.
Oh, what's going on
He,
there?
he could come into Podbean and call in because he's got all kinds of wonderful news. I'm sure.
Oh,
but
does he?
fuck him. I'm not going to let him in.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know, man. So how about Monday? The caucuses.
You know, there
How'd
was
that
some
turn
big
out?
caucuses going on Monday, and it turns out Trump has the big caucuses of all.
He does own the biggest caucus of them all, that's for sure. Even though Nikki Haley, who finished third,
I mean,
still believes what she said something like she believes that it's a 2-person race still.
but, okay, she thinks it's a 2-person race, and she's right because it's Trump and Biden.
Yeah, that is true.
It is. It is.
I was even reading earlier today that they did some polling in New Hampshire, Monday and Tuesday, and they're even saying that Trump's polling about 50% of that vote.
He's gonna take. I think across the board, and I think we need to have primaries in every state just for that simple fact.
Well, we're going to have a primary here in Nevada, right? And I showed this earlier to you.
Let me throw that. Hang on. Let me throw that up there. This will be
Yeah.
exciting. Yeah.
There's no Trumpity Trump.
No Trumpity Trump. No, there's a lot of people missing from
There's
there.
a lot of people missing.
A lot of people.
The only relevant one on this list
Yes.
that's still in the running
Yes.
is Nikki Haley. You have John Anthony Castro, whoever the hell that is. He's
Local
4%.
boy. He's a local boy. Did good. He was like the high school state champion football player, tight end. Right up your alley there.
Okay. Ooh, tight end. Yeah.
There we go.
You have Mike Pence.
Pence is not.
Is he even alive?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Tim Scott and Hirsch Singh. I wonder if that's VJ Singh's brother. And
I think you're right.
that's about it. Or you can vote for none of these candidates.
Exactly. Screw them.
I'm glad they got the damn language correct on my ballot, too. It's in English.
Where are the other? I mean, this is a mail-in ballot. I mean, think about it. You're missing a few boxes there. We don't have Spanish. We don't have Vietnamese. We don't have Hmong. It's missing some Indo-Asian languages and some German and Polish. What the hell's going on with your Secretary of State?
I don't know. The Secretary of State here's garbage.
Yes, he is.
And then I guess for your receipt on the back, there's a QR code. So on the front, it says, "This is your receipt." Like, thanks.
Does that you get like a free smoothie with that? You click on it, you get a coupon at one of the poker tables or something?
No, I don't think so. And in fact, I heard President Biden was bitching and complaining about smoothies being $6 today.
Yeah. Dumbass, out of touch with the world.
Dumbass.
There we go.
Sir, the only thing he touches is never mind. I think we all know what he touches and sniffs.
Well, and have you seen all of the pictures and the video of him sniffing that poor little girl in the coffee shop?
Oh.
She didn't know what the fuck to do. Are you kidding me?
If I was her father, I would have just decked him in the face.
Mm-hmm.
I really would.
It's what he should have done, but hey.
Yeah. Oh. So, so Trump is kicking ass, taking names. And,
That's correct.
We have Vivek.
Yep.
Standing side by side with the Prez, and Donald's telling constituents that don't worry, he'll be around for a while. What does that
But
mean?
in what capacity? You think he's going to be the VP?
You know what? I would love him for him to be the VP,
Yeah,
but it doesn't make sense.
it really doesn't.
You need to find someone who's going to get you more votes. And Vivek, he has the same ideals as Trump, which is fine, but you're not going to attract other vote getters.
Dude,
You're not going to get.
no, Vivek scares me. He's a Democrat
No, that's
and a socialist liberal from back in the day. He hasn't matured enough to become a true conservative.
well. I don't know about that, but I know I don't trust Nikki Haley, especially with all of the monies that are being raised by the Democrats for her. Do not trust her. Whatever you do.
Wait, whoa. Here's a fun thing. Here's a fun fact. Fun fact for you. Nikki Haley. She won one of the counties. 99 counties in Iowa. Nikki Haley won one of the counties. You want to know how she won one of the counties?
Oh, I already know.
Uh-huh. And Iowa City, that liberal, the University of Iowa, located over there, Cedar Rapids and those places.
Yep.
Everybody was coming in. All the Democrats were coming in, switching parties and voting for Nikki.
Yep.
Yep.
But and she still only won by one vote in that county.
Yes. So
Only one.
that's what makes it exciting. See, Q agrees with me. She says Vivek is scary. And she thinks that that Trump's going to have a female vice president. I don't think Trump thinks in that manner.
I don't know who. If you think it's going to be a female, who would it be? Q.
Yeah, Q. Who do you think? He said so. No, Biden said so.
Should we go back to Alaska and find what the fuck is her name?
No. We're going to go to Arizona because I would love to see Carrie Lake bend over and in that position of vice president all day long. Carrie Lake is hot. I'm just.
She would be something to look at. That's for sure. She would definitely get some votes just based on the sexiness.
I'm thinking you know what? And we don't have to go through 10 years of porn with those little school teacher glasses that every woman had to get, the little, whatever the fuck those things were.
I don't know. And I see, how Q and Amber May say that, they're in agreement about Vivek being a plant. Here's where I disagree with that. If he were a plant, I don't think he would have dropped out. I really don't. He would have continued his to go for president.
No reason, because now as a plant, he can sidle up. And I can use that word. You young folks, look it up. Sidle up. He can get close to Trump now. Because what is it? If Trump gets elected, what do you think is going to happen?
Oh, shit's going to be changing real fast.
Will it? Because I'm pretty sure the deep state is going to try and thwart him at every turn of the corner, just like they did when he got into power his first term.
Well, I think the illegal immigration, no matter what, is going to come to an end.
Yes, that will happen.
And that's the biggest issue we have right now.
He will shut that down, but because the Border Patrol, some factions of Homeland Security are on Donald Trump's side because they want to do their job. They're just not being allowed to do their job. While they're sitting down there on the border, there's a let them go. Let them go. Give them a ticket and tell them to show up in 8 years. Did you know that people crossing the border are getting a summons to show up 8 years from the day they cross?
It's now to 8? Last I heard it was 5.
It's up to 8. 8 years. You go ramble around the country, 8 years later, show up at court. Seriously? I don't think that's going to happen.
It's not. I mean, how are you going to enforce it? By tracking them on their, Obama phones? Is it Obama phones or is it Biden phones?
Well, okay, the illegals got a Biden phone. Everybody else on welfare got Obama phones because everybody has to be connected digitally to the world.
Well, at least we can track to see where the hell they are. When Trump becomes president, we can deport all of them.
Sure. Sure, we will, because everything will stop working at that point. No, we can't. It's gonna be like Twitter and Facebook and everything all over again. No, you can't have that data. Not now. Trump's in office. We'll give it to the Democrats. Put Biden back. We'll give you everything that you want.
Well, you know what? The illegals have probably gotten rid of the phones and bought like upgraded phones by now, anyways.
Well, they sold them for some crack.
Right?
Little sex work on the side. But, maybe they get two phones. They get here's your one to trade. Here's a check for $3,000 because you're destitute and poor, and you're coming here because you are seeking a better life and trying to get away from all that bad stuff that goes on in your own country. And here's the second phone. So hold on to that. Untrackable.
You need it. Untrackable. Yes.
Untrackable.
It's amazing. I just
just to pivot here. Here, check this out. Oh no, wrong. What the hell? God, I gotta bring it up again. Here we go. Fears grow that Trump will use the military in dictatorial ways. Like how I said that, dictatorial.
Dictatorial.
Yeah, if he returns to the White, well, he's going to give the big.
He's going to get some dick. Yeah.
He's gonna, and not just in the Senate chambers where they hold the judiciary meetings. Wah wah. Oh my Lord! No, but
I hope they did they sanitize that area?
I want to know what senator sat in that chair. Was that was like Lindsey Graham's? It's got to be Lindsey Graham's spot.
Well, just send Biden over and smell it out.
I'm thinking they did it, but the deep state is they're trying to Peter Stroke him again. They're trying to come up with ways to get rid of Trump before he gets into office, because I think on some sides they believe that Trump is going to be reelected, no matter how hard they try to cheat. And I don't think the cheating is going to work this time, because people are fed up with the crap.
Oh, they know if Biden wins again, the American people know that the fix is in, no matter what.
Yep.
There's no doubt about it.
I agree wholeheartedly. It is not going to, fuck that bullshit. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you going to play?
Huh? What?
Huh?
What? Where?
Were you going to play something?
Nope. Oh, I was. Because I want to go back and I want to talk about Laura Ingraham. I used to like her. You still like her. Is that correct?
What changed your mind?
She's so wishy-washy, because there for a long time she was like, oh, Trump sucks, Trump's terrible. She was towing the party line for the owners of Fox, the kids who have taken over Fox now from whatever Big Daddy's name was, but now she's kind of coming back around, and we were talking about the primaries that are going on, the caucuses and everything.
Yeah,
and I want to see the caucuses continue, or I want to see the primaries continue in all 50 states, because I think we need to see the support that Donald Trump's going to get for this. But she's out there and she's complaining and she's giving this kind of information out. Hang on here.
He flew back to New York and then was in court again today. And then he flew to New Hampshire to do the event that you just saw. Now, look, unless something unthinkable happens, Donald Trump is going to be the nominee of the Republican Party.
Yeah.
And the party is more unified now, but behind him and his policies, than at any time since the Reagan years, or maybe right after 9/11. Now, this is not spin, it's the truth. If beating Joe Biden is really their goal, then it's time for some serious soul searching by Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis. Nope. Now, let's start with DeSantis. He outperformed last night. He beat Nikki Haley's war chest, so he has a lot to be proud of. As a candidate on the trail, he worked his butt off.
Wait a minute. DeSantis spent $150 million in the little state of Iowa.
Iowa, yeah.
Just to come in second place.
That's a lot of ducats to be spending on a small state.
That's true. $150 million in attack ads and all other kinds of crap, and he came in second. So I don't think that was worth his his expenditure. So
Not only that, but he didn't go back to Florida either when he declared a state of emergency where he should have been.
how do you
Anyway.
declare a state of emergency when you're not in the state? Just
I don't know.
curious. Now, Spanky thinks that Kristi Noem might be a vice presidential candidate. I don't know.
Kristi Noem.
Kristi Noem, governor of South Dakota.
Ah, okay.
The young lady they came up with, what was that slogan, Spanky? Meth, we're on it. That was a true.
Is it really?
Yeah, well, Spanky, you've gotta talk to us. You've got to tell us about the crack we're on it or whatever the hell it was. Oh, sorry, he's busy. Fine. Yeah.
Oh my God! Was he adjusting his leg or what?
I don't know. Somebody's rubbing his stub. Maybe. Hopefully he's getting some stub rubbing going on.
Stub up.
But no, they had a whole campaign that came out as a, because they have a huge meth problem up there in South, because there's nothing else to do except go out and get meth, do math, and then wreck your car.
Right.
And then they had some kind of a deal where the drivers on meth, they'd just be swerving all over the road and jerking their car from one lane to the next. And that became a slogan too. Don't jerk on the road or something. I don't know what it was.
Oh my God.
Spanky's got all this information. It's funny. But let's just see what else Laura has to say.
And people forget how young he is. So with 3 more years as Florida's governor, he can build an even greater track record of success in that very important state. So a future in the Republican Party for him could be really bright. But he's simply not going to be president this time around. I know it's hard to hear. You worked really hard for it. It's not happening. Trump is simply too powerful and has endured too much. Voters aren't going to turn their backs on him at this point. And every day that Ron DeSantis stays on the campaign trail criticizing Trump is a day that hurts Ron DeSantis' political future. He doesn't gain anything from it, that's for sure, and Trump, he's not hurt by it at all. So it's time to step aside and endorse Trump. Waiting for South Carolina, it's a colossal waste of time, it's a waste of money, and frankly, it's a waste of your future political capital.
I have to agree with her, but I think we need to have the contest because I think the Democrats need to see how much support Donald J. Trump has.
Yeah, but according to MSLSD and all the other liberal left media, they're all not making a big deal that he won by 51%.
Yeah, and they're not going to carry his speech because he lies all the time.
Oh, their viewers might melt. They're melting.
All 50 of them. Oh my God. Does anybody even watch that show or that channel?
Oh my God, I can't believe it. That Rachel Mad Cow disease, I mean, it's unbelievable with the shit that spews out of her mouth.
Well, it's hilarious. She's the one that came on. She came on her show, Rachel Mad Cow, and she said, go out and get the COVID vaccine because the COVID vaccine prevents the disease. You will be safe. You will live if you get the COVID vaccine. Turns out she lied to all of her people that watched her, all 27 of them.
Well, what used to be 27. they're no longer around.
15.
I mean, and then you have other idiots on other shows saying, oh, you got white Anglo-Christians voting, and that's why Trump's winning. Oh, it's all about race. It's always about race, right?
Oh, Joy Reid, holy crap, the Christians voting. That's what gave Trump the lead. It's those evangelicals and the Christians, the people with morals. Oh, hate them.
Those evil white people.
Yeah.
They're all bad. They're all MAGA extremists. They love their country too much, Scooter. That's what it is.
Well, see, you're not supposed to love this country. You're supposed to love somebody else's country. You're supposed to love Germany or Poland or Ukraine or something. Because
that's why you see all the Palestinian people out there with all their flags and all that.
Yes, from the river to the. But there is no such thing as Palestine. I mean, that was a Roman designation. But anyway,
that's a different story. But yeah, here's the thing, and I don't think that DeSantis understands, and I don't think Haley understands. Mm-hmm. They probably don't care either way.
Right.
No matter what they say in their campaign, those that are voting for Trump, you're not changing their minds. They've waited for this moment for almost 4 years.
Yep.
They want revenge. We all want revenge because we feel that we got fucked over.
We did get
Last
fucked
election.
over. What? There's no feeling like it, dude. And it's with sandpaper. There's
Yeah,
not
it's
even
still
any
so-
lubrication in here.
And it's still sore back there. You know, it's, I mean, look at your medical expenses.
Yeah. Hard and dry,
listened-
Q. Hard and dry.
I listened to somebody that said 4 years ago, $70,000 was basically what you needed to own a home, survive. That has gone up to $120,000
Yes. In 2 years.
in 2 years.
2 years, people.
And so, it's like, even if there's like a 10 to 12% voting for Biden, are they getting freebies? Or are they the illegals? Or, they're either illegal aliens or, rich tycoons.
Okay, I think there's some middle ground because all those like 74,000 people that he forgave all of their student loans that have all those degrees in like basket weaving and gender studies who can't find jobs and are working at Starbucks and complaining on TikTok now because I got to work a 40-hour week and this is not the American dream that I wanted. It's racist. This is systemic racism. And so those guys, but the thing is, those folks in college that he forgave all those loans to, they're pretty sharp cookies. I mean, they're smart enough to work their way into some weasel school. So they're figuring out how to cheat for him, I believe.
They're doing something. And it's coming to an end, though. This year is the end of the Bidenomics. It's the end of the freebies.
Yep.
And life's rough, and they're going to soon realize that.
I'm just praying that some parents got a hold of those basement dwellers who went to school and are like 34 years old, and they took the basket weaving courses and everything, and they have philosophical studies in the political science of Yemen. And they smacked some fucking sense into those fuckers and said, if you vote for this bastard again, you're out on your ass.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, what is like today in today's day and age?
Yes.
Is the American dream still alive?
That's hard to
Is it
say.
achievable for anybody at this point in stage in our society?
If you're an illegal immigrant, yes.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, Q can't even. She's got nightmares. She can't even see that dream. Shells, good Lord, that nightmare was happening for Shells. And
I know I'm going off topic with this.
Yes.
But even just like someone else's dream is shot to hell. We just celebrated Martin Luther King. His dream has gone out the door. I mean, what was his big thing that people will be treated by the content of their character, and not based upon the color of their skin?
That is correct.
Well, we talked about DEI last week, and it sure as hell seems like people are getting hired based on the color of their skin, not the content of their character. Just saying, and they're advocating for it.
And it's going to be killing people too, dude. Holy, that's a perfect segue because look at this bullshit. This is just incredible. The FAA's diversity push includes focus on hiring people with severe intellectual and psychiatric disabilities. Do you know what the people in the FAA do? I'm just curious.
They failed to screw on doors to airplanes.
No, it's even better. They're the guys that are sitting in the tower saying, hey, American 1024 Heavy, you come land on a runway 37 left. Don't mind that little Piper Cub that's in the middle. Just squash him as you go on by because he fucking pissed me off and I don't give a shit about him.
Oh, my God. That makes me remember an incident that happened on one of my trips here to Las Vegas. So we're flying in. Coming down, you see the airport ahead. We're coming down.
Yes.
And all of a sudden we get diverted off course. Nobody says a damn thing. Flight attendants don't say anything, but I know something's up, but they're not saying shit. So I go to one of them, say, what's going on? Because I've done this. This is not my first rodeo. And she tells me, well, we had to divert because we were too close to another airplane. I said, well, you might want to fucking tell people because people are getting kind of nervous that something really bad is happening. This might explain it all right there.
They've already got the DEI hiring going on in the air traffic control. Oh, dude, my bad. I didn't see that other plane in the way, man. Can you go around, hit the outer marker, man, and come on back? Has anybody got some more of those Cheech and Chong gummies here, dude?
I mean, are we going to start seeing people, judges on the bench like this too? That's concerning.
Well, you already have. You already have. You've got fucking Supreme Court justices that are DEI hires. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just kind of like Kamala Harris. She was a DEI hire.
She was.
She was. That's the only reason she was the vice president.
What blowing her way to the top? Was that the name of her book? I mean, was that she actually wrote that? It is actually being sold by Amazon.
Yeah, it's a New York best time seller.
Best times is the key word.
There you go.
Yeah, baby.
You saw what I did there.
I did. I liked how you did that. You turned that wordsmithing phrase. That was sexy. And not like big sexy, but, sexy. Who did she slept with everybody from San Francisco.
Except for the gays.
Oh, I thought she was equal opportunity. She's not a DEI kind of girl. Damn.
No, she just represents it. That's it. She doesn't practice what she preaches.
Well, of course not. None of them do. Are you kidding? Biden, $6? What the hell is too expensive? Lower the price, man.
Yeah. Not with your economy, buddy.
Well, speaking of raising the prices, be glad. I know we don't have. Do we have any Californians in the audience this evening? Just curious.
I don't know. Let me see.
Because Q's AZ, Shells is Nevada. God bless her. Eric is over here in the east with me.
Q's has been like I am.
Yeah. Boss T, you hanging on the West Coast, the left coast, brother?
Oh, boss player over on Podbean. He's in Sacramento over there. He's buddies with Pelosi.
Oh my God, dude! I'm so sorry, man. But when you order Uber Eats or Lyft Eats or any of that shit now, you're gonna have to pay an extra 50% on top of your bill, dude. You know why?
Uh-oh, what, why?
Because the state of California said that Lyft and Uber drivers got to make a minimum wage, man.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Do they not understand economy? Do we have any economists out there in the world?
Or capitalists.
Or capitalists.
Because as an Uber or Lyft driver, you have the option of saying, fuck you, I'm not doing it.
Yes. You do have the option of saying, fuck you, I'm not doing it. But here's the thing. They're going to make, and all these Uber and Lyft Eat drivers are going to be sitting in the McDonald's parking lot waiting for that $22 Big Mac to be ordered so they can make another $40 on top of that to deliver it 5 minutes away. This might not be a bad thing, though. I never thought of this. This may get people out of the house again.
Oh, there you go. Instead of having to pay that huge surcharge, right?
Exactly. But then, wait a minute. Biden's going to come back. China's already come up with a new disease for us, so we're going to be stuck back in our houses again. Fuck.
Oh, my. Did you hear about that new disease in the rats?
COVID, SARS, instantly kills them.
100% of the rats died.
Yes. Yep.
Oh, that's what's coming up near election time.
It's coming. They're getting ready to put it out there. Ladies and gentlemen, put your masks on. Stay in your homes.
Yes, and get shots. Plenty of shots.
Yeah. Speaking of shots, hey, what about the guy on the soap opera? A 50-year-old young man, beautiful, handsome guy, died.
How'd he die?
Well, he actually in Southern California, he put a gun to his chest and pulled the trigger, but
That'll do it. Yeah.
but there's a lot of rumors going around, a lot of things. His mental state, the COVID bullshit going on. Don't know how solid he was. And then the Warriors coach, 32 years old, dropped dead, heart attack.
Now, did they take the shot?
Yes, yeah, fully. But if you're in the NBA, if you work for the NBA, if you work for an NBA team, you can't be there unless you were vaccinated, triple vaxxed, and boosted, like all those other fuckers.
Yeah, man, and I've it's
well, like LeBron James' kid, little Bronny, heart attack, 18 years of age, playing for USC. How does that happen?
Well, here's the thing: the vaccine's racist.
It is. It is. Yeah, that's correct.
I mean,
people of color should not.
Why can't we use it? I mean,
well, they spent like a year and a half saying that it was a racist vaccine because the people of color couldn't get it. The people in inner cities, the urban dwellers, didn't have access to this free vaccine that they were handing out like candy to everybody.
See, it's reverse psychology, though. They didn't want them to have it so they'd survive.
Oh,
yes.
Well, that brings up the question, how come they're not just standing at the border jabbing the illegals as they come across with the vaccine?
Right? I mean, at least we would know that they've been vaccinated and they're safe to be around.
Well,
wait. They're not safe to be around because they're criminals.
They aren't. They're emptying the prisons. Now, fun fact, Dulles International Airport in Washington, D.C. Did you hear the warning that just came out for Dulles?
No, what's the warning?
Somebody came through Dulles and they had measles, and people are contracting measles in the D.C. area.
Are there any illegal immigrants over there?
Plenty.
I wonder where that might have come from.
Oh, they're flying them through. They don't want to fly them to major airports. They put them on those planes, kind of like the Red Stripe planes there at McCarran, Reed. You know.
Oh yeah.
I've been on a couple of those, but I didn't want to say anything.
Well, not only that, Scoop, but they're already talking about this new virus, right?
Right.
You know how many thousands of Chinese are coming through the border?
Chinese,
I'm just saying,
Middle Eastern individuals.
Yeah, people that are foes of our country and, terrorists. And
wow.
I'm scared.
I'm very scared. It's very interesting because childhood diseases, that everybody got inoculated for. You got the measles shot. Are you old enough to have the little, the mark from the air gun on your arm?
I don't think so.
Is it? Okay, you're not old enough. So you just got a needle. When I was growing up, when I went through elementary school, it was fucking prison. They'd line you up in a line, and you had to walk down this line, and they'd fucking shoot you with this air gun and give you the diphtheria, give you the measles, and all those other vaccines in school. It was mandatory. You went to school, you got a shot that day, baby.
Wow.
What if our military can't even train themselves, Q? I'm sorry. Q asks, what if our military is secretly training the immigrants that are coming over the border to train and fight as military ops on our side? Not so scary then when you think about it. But the problem is our military can't even train themselves right now.
Yeah, I mean, you have two people missing that from the elite forces, right? That fell off a ship or something.
Well, yes, they did. They over in the Middle East, they were boarding a Yemen freighter vehicle ship, and they recovered arms and things that were headed up into somewhere in the Middle East to supply the terrorists with more weapons and stuff. And then two Navy SEALs gone.
Very, very sad.
Yeah, I'm sad about it.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's amazing because if you go out there and you check some of these local county medical organizations, you've got your state-run medical organizations, and you check some of these counties, measles is making a comeback. We had eradicated it in the United States.
It's only come back since all the immigration.
Exactly. But they're blaming it on us. Now, if you don't get your kid vaccinated, you are the devil.
Well, who the hell cares at this point? Because if you're a MAGA supporter, you're already the devil.
Well, that's true.
So,
and they won't let you have health care if you're a MAGA supporter because they don't want to give you any room in the ER. That's one of the questions. Are you MAGA? Okay, no, you have to leave this ER. You can't. I don't care.
Well, half the time the waiting rooms are on hold because people can't figure out what gender they are. So they're still figuring out which bubble to fill out.
True.
But,
that's the damn truth.
That's...
I don't know what to say to that. Shawty V baby, welcome into the show.
Oh, it's always good to have our token short person.
I thought that's what you were. What?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, down there maybe.
Okay. Shorty in the we
Yeah,
got the token short person in the chat, and we've got the other token short person on the screen.
So I guess we practice a little DEI. I guess we allow short people.
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
Q Bella's telling secrets. Q, what are you saying? Who?
Passy. Pussy. Passy.
Psst, 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 psst. She's telling secrets.
Oh, she said.
Be nice to. Be nice. I love Shorty.
I love Shorty too. I just like giving her a hard time.
Oh, Lord have mercy. So, this is all exciting. We had the Iowa caucuses, and DEI made a return, and healthcare in Florida, and not just healthcare, but they're giving out, what did you say, free sex change operations to illegal immigrants that want to transition?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to exchange your penis for a hoo-ha-ha, you're more than welcome to.
Say that again.
If you want to exchange your penis for a woo-ha-ha, yeah.
I want a woo-ha. I don't want to exchange. Can I just get one? Woo-ha. How does that work? Is there a website that I can go to? Do I need to move to California?
Woohaha.com, I guess. I don't know.
Woohaha.com.
I mean, so you have the citizens of California paying for free health care for illegal aliens. Now they can get sex changes. I mean, maybe people want to grow a pair. I don't know. Maybe they're starting to get people on the conservative side so they can grow a pair. I don't know. But I mean, so is that going to be a thing now? Like, hey, we have free sex changes. Come to the United States. We'll take care of you.
But what happens when they figure out that's not what they really wanted? Because that wasn't, they thought they had free sex, but no, it's a change, and no, they're going to cut off. It's not what I agreed to.
When that happens, we send them to San Francisco, give them some needles, and shoot it up, baby.
Take your pain away.
Take all your problems away.
There you go. Little trank. You can do the zombie dance in the middle of the Tenderloin because that's such a beautiful place now. Oh, Lord.
And you can go visit Nancy and get some ice cream.
I don't think she even resides in California anymore.
Probably not.
Yeah. She was buying a house in Florida. I don't know if you heard about that.
Why would you want to go to Florida?
Because DeSantis knows how to run a state. He can't be president, but he knows how to run a state.
He can definitely run a state. And, my last word on the whole election thing with Nikki and DeSantis.
Yes.
It's Trump's turn. And it has been since the last election. Everyone knew it coming into 2024.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, all his slogan for when he gets the nomination, the only slogan he needs is these following words: "I told you so." Everything he said was going to happen if Biden became president has come true.
And the funny thing is, conversely, everything that the Democrats said that Trump was going to do, the Democrats are doing.
Right. And how is it that there's putting out all these scare tactics about Trump, that, oh my God, the world's coming to an end if he gets to be president and this and that.
Yep.
Well, you said the same fucking thing 8 years ago. And how did things wind up? Everyone had more money in their pockets. People were starting businesses. The economy was thriving. And then COVID hit.
And we were coming out of COVID.
Yeah.
We were. And then something happened. Those brakes got slammed, and now we're back to shit.
Yeah.
I just don't.
But here's the thing I'm curious still about, because we obviously know that the Democrats are funding Nikki Haley's campaign now.
Yeah, true.
I don't understand it, because in the polls, they know that, heads up, Nikki Haley in the polls would have a more of a victory over Biden than Trump would. So why are they supporting her? Is it because they know that Biden, no matter what, is going to lose? And since Nikki is establishment, well, she's better to be president than Trump?
You're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. I'm going to explode right here, and not in a good way. Not a way that Cubella would like. Anyway, no. The polls, ladies and gentlemen, the polls. If you take a look at the polls are controlled. The polls tell you what other people want you to think. That's essentially it. That's all it is. They're going to tell you that Nikki Haley can beat Biden in a head-to-head. Why? Because they want to siphon off some of the support from Trump into Nikki Haley so that neither Nikki Haley nor Donald Trump can get elected. They want to keep the power in the world of the Bidens because they can control Biden.
I don't agree with you, though. I think no matter who the Republicans put up, they win the election.
No, I don't think that would happen. I think there would be a somewhat of a revolt if you got Ron DeSantis up there on the ticket. I don't think people would turn out in droves, and I think the cheating would be sustained on the Democratic side, and they would be able to take the election. I think that's the way it would work.
I think if Biden gets elected, anyhow, somehow, any way possible, there's going to be civil unrest in our country, because nobody in their right mind can agree that he has a shot in hell.
I agree with you. Sorry, I'm.
So the cheating thing, I think the cheating thing is out the window. They got away with that last election.
The last 3 elections.
Yeah, possibly 3.
2018, 2020, and 2022. How the fuck did Fetterman get elected in Pennsylvania? BP, you want to clue us in on why Fetterman is your senator? Oh, we're going to have some excitement here because Cubella has now joined the panel.
All right. What is going on, Q?
Well, I would have joined a long time ago, but I guess you guys weren't ready, so.
Q, I'm old. I can only touch certain things at once. I mean, I'm not like Spanky and young and vibrant and have,
we have to get the cockles warm.
The caucuses warm.
Who?
Our cockles.
What the fuck is a cockle?
It's a caucus, but it's longer.
Yeah, it's elongated.
All right, you guys are in fantasy land. I'm trying to bring you to reality. I still don't understand what that is, but that's okay.
What is your reality? That's what we want to know.
Here comes the boom.
Reality is everything that we think is real is wrong. There's this movie that's been playing for the last 3.5 to 4 years, and we've called that movie reality. There's a few more head honchos that need to die. And once they die, everybody will know the truth. Until those, I'm inebriated, I'm sorry. Until those deaths take place.
I couldn't tell.
Stop it. Everything I'm saying, I still believe in, and I would say these things even if I was sober.
Yeah.
Until those people die, and until the protectors of the puppets that we idolize as an American society or a human, we have our idols, whether they're actors, actresses, artists, music artists, whatever it may be. There's controllers of those idols that we hold dear. And they're coming to an age where they're going to expire, if not by God, but by man and justice. When they expire, the people that they are puppeteering or controlling will no longer have protectors. And we have Cat Williams that's coming with all of this juice, right? So fucking lemon squeezy. And he's able to say these things because he knows that the people that are controlling, the people that he's been linear with in a financial state, they're nobody's protecting them anymore. Okay, that's my cue. I'll stop. That's fine.
No, you hit the nail on the head. I think you are headed down the right rabbit hole.
I usually am. And like you told me, you don't usually hear me talk like this. But it's reality. So there's a lot of fucking things. And there's also, this is what's also creepy. There's people that we think are dead. They're not actually dead. They're just under the scene working. And yeah, right. So like Epstein, he's probably not actually dead. He's just made a deal with the good guys. He and Ghislaine Maxwell have let out this list, right? And so all the people that are on that list, they're fucking sweating bullets, right? We have Aaron Rodgers outing Jimmy Kimmel. What's that about? We have there's no way this shit isn't fucking real. So we have 137 names plus an extra 60 something that have been recently redacted or unredacted because they were taken away. Like the public wasn't supposed to see those other names. Well, a judge ruled that no, fuck it. Let the public see who these people actually are so we can stop idolizing. We're gonna end the curse and probably because there's some global extinction coming and these elitists and globalists know about it and they've got all their underground bunkers. We've got Mark Zuckerberg, all these people have underground bunkers. Queen Elizabeth, she died, but her heirs are going to be under there somewhere near the fucking what's that airport that was built? And when you look above it, the runways look like a swastika. That's in Denver, right? So we've got all these underground bunkers. People high up know that something is coming cataclysmic, like complete destruction. They're going to run underground. We're going to all die. And then when humanity resurfaces, guess who's going to be the one to say, hey, I know what's up. We've been here before. It's going to be those same fucking creeps, the pedophile fucking creeps that have been running shit from day one. They're going to run humanity once it's repopulated. And if we don't end it now, it's going to continue. So that's what's happening right now is we have this huge disclosure of all the bullshit that's been going on for centuries and centuries and centuries because nobody knows fucking better because history keeps getting repeated and rewritten and everything is fake. Like, for all we fucking know, the Earth is flat. Nobody's ever been to the moon. Like, all this shit is connected and guess what it is it's to keep you from believing that God is real. Everything that all of this manipulation and all of this lies, deceit, NASA, all the shit is to keep you from the day when maybe Jesus might return. If you don't believe in that, whatever, there's something out there that's keeping us in this reincarnate episode. And there's going to be some type of nuclear event when maybe Jesus does come back or something like that. Now I'm sounding crazy, but whatever. It's just a theory. When he does come back, there's going to be some nuclear event because guess what? They're exposing the aliens are real. Really? Okay. So if aliens are real, but Jesus isn't real, like what are you trying to say here? You know, like there's so many different fucking conspiracy theories that are all tied together. When you have a brain like a mind and you link them all together, it's fucking crazy because you live in this little secluded world where nobody understands the things that you actually think. Like, I might believe everything that I actually said, but I don't 100% because I'm like so. There's like all of there's brainwashing, there's MK Ultra, there's the awakening, there's like this spectrum where you might get stuck on the fence. You believe everything, like you've been black pilled, right? Like, what do you actually? What can you even believe? Okay, I'll stop, Jester. What, you want to chime in? I'll go away.
You don't listen to him. You keep going because I love the way you're headed here. I do want to back up for just a minute because you said something that makes a lot
of shit. I need to take a drink of water.
Well, you take a drink of water, and we're going to go back. We're going to go to Epstein. You said you think Epstein is still alive. You said you think he made a deal with
I've heard it all now.
Yeah, with the good guys. I wanna just take a left turn there. I think Epstein is still alive.
That's what I said. How is that a left turn?
But he's not made a deal with the good guys. I think he may be under wraps by the bad guys. I think that they're going to hold him and his life over Jizzle Maxwell. Say, look, you open your mouth, here's what's going to happen. You're going to accidentally get Hillaried, and then, Jeffrey's going to go away too. And we're not going to do it in a nice fashion. We're going to take a lot of time, and we're just going to fillet him slowly. Now, do you want to have your man be filleted, or are you going to keep your mouth shut? So I think,
He's not going to give a shit about his man. No. If he's already been nabbed. Okay, the only way we got his ass is because we know everything. We've got everything. All the juice, all the receipts, all the emails, all the shit.
Yeah,
it's
I'll leave that alone.
Gotten. What do you think Space Force is? That ain't about fucking outer space. That's about cyberspace. When Trump created Space Force, that had nothing to do with fucking outer space. And I hope y'all understand that because that's a fucking fact. Space Force had everything to do with cyberspace. Internet. When he says we've got it all, it's because nothing can be deleted. We've got the Hillary emails. We've got the John Podesta emails. Mm-hmm. That shit'll drive you fucking nuts. Maybe even possibly to suicide. It's disgusting the shit that we've retrieved.
No, everything is kept. You're right about that. Space Force is not about cyberspace because the organizations that control cyberspace have existed since 1949. And I will share with you that I worked for one of those agencies that controlled that cyberspace arena. And so it's not the Space Force. It's the 4-letter agencies and the 3-letter agencies that nobody ever talks about. Now we've got new ones. We've got, because it used to just be the NSA. NSA sprung some leaks. You had people leaking out information, being put on Wikipedia or whatever the fuck that site was. But those organizations, they still exist. As a matter of fact, a lot of them are headquartered in this nice little place up in Maryland, Fort Meade. Don't know if anybody knows about that little wonderful hot spot of military. Now Doomsday wants to call in. Sure.
Well, you also know that NASA is basically the fucking everything goes through NASA. They're the head intelligence agency for everything.
NASA is not smart enough to tie their own fucking shoes. If they were, we would have landed on the moon 50 years ago, and none of the shuttles would have been blown up unless they were practicing DEI.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Gotta love the government. Welcome, Jester, to the Beans and Weenie Show. Is slightly doomed this evening. It's about damn time you got here.
Just like Chelsea says, they have a say-so in a lot of shit. They project what our vision is of our fucking reality, of our universe, right? We believe what NASA says. Come on. That is how many millions or billions of dollars do they get a day?
Oh, they get a lot of money. Everybody gets a lot of the pie. It seems that the Ukraine gets more than every other agency in the United States, but they get a lot of money. NASA does not have control over what our universe is. Doomy,
our perspective of what the universe is,
no,
not reality of it, but what we see from it. We don't know what it is without them.
No.
What do you mean no?
There's
scientists
don't.
Yeah. Okay, there's philosophers and astronomers and all that kind of shit, but do you see anything from them anymore? Is it all controlled through a particular outlet?
You know what? They are a provider of information, but they are not the organization that creates or shapes the vision. NASA is just they're a mechanism for some
that keeps it going.
Other larger organizations that you don't hear a lot from. But no, I like where you're going with that.
There's shadow band with you can have a private individual with a homemade rocket and you tie a fucking GoPro to the bottom of it, you shoot it up into the air, and it goes 2.5, 3, however many miles into the air and just stops dead. Just stops. What's it hitting? Why? Why, when something leaves fucking SpaceX or whatever fucking launch pad, they leave it. It goes up so many miles and then it curves and it goes and it dives into the ocean.
Because the Earth is curved.
Exactly, Chelsea. So
okay, I'm gonna defer to you on that, but anyway, NASA they're not smart enough. They don't control all of that. They're just a pass-through agency. They get warm bodies into seats and they shoot them up into whatever they shoot them up into, or they put them on a back lot in Utah and they film, the Mars rover and that kind of shit. But
not smart enough? I've never heard anybody say not smart enough and NASA in the same sentence. That's hysterical.
Dude, I've worked with them.
To be combative.
Not that smart.
Really not, but they should be the smartest of all the sumbitches on this fucking planet. Like, what do you mean?
They should be, but they're not.
Yeah.
They're not. Okay, so NASA has a lot of intelligent engineers. Johnson Space Center down in Houston, a lot of engineers that work down there. But you know who runs NASA and all these other organizations? Civilians. Civilians, handpicked, that are put in the position of power to run these agencies and to do somebody else's bidding. So the folks who are sitting at the top of NASA, they are not that smart. They're taking orders from somebody else. They're taking orders from these other agencies that you don't hear a lot about.
Like Biden does. Okay,
yeah.
I can believe that.
Yeah,
okay.
Like Biden does.
I can believe that.
There you go. Man, we're getting into the kind of the Illuminati territory, but there is a group that does control what goes on, and they're unelected. They're not, you have no say in it. I have no say in it.
Right. And these are also plans that were made 20 years ago. The things that are happening now were written down at a fucking oval table with fucking 15 or 20 people 15, 20 years ago, and they're playing out now. And
your timeline's a little bit off because you need to go back 50 and 60 years. This shit was going on back in the 50s and the 60s. I mean, how come we didn't get into a world war with China when we rescued South Korea from North Korea? I mean, there's a lot of discrepancies out there in this world that people, they just won't take the time to look at the situations, and they have no discernment. They don't, we should have taken out China when we went to war on the peninsula in Korea. But
here's something to think about, though. If you're not 150 to 300 years ago, who are you to say that what they say in the books is right?
Well, boy, good question. Slightly, you want to attack that one for me?
I'm going to leave that alone.
We all know that stuff has been rewritten multiple times to fit the narrative.
Yeah, I do.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, I believe that.
A lot of the other stuff, though, I've heard for many years.
What do you mean other stuff?
Like all the other stuff as far as...
Did World War II happen, or was that just a psyop?
Okay, so I'm not saying that those things didn't happen.
Okay.
I'm just saying that the timeline might be a little fudged.
I think the information may be a little fudged too.
All around, all together.
And I think it was fudged to work in favor of a small select group, like the John Kerrys of the world, or people who started the OSS that turned into the CIA.
So what happened in the timeline that this period of time, whether it's 500 to 900 years, 500 to 900 years, what happened in that time period for it to need to be removed? And who is controlling the narrative now versus then, and why?
Well, that's a good question, but I think it's all about power. I think it's a select few people who want to have all the power. They get off on telling you what to do. They want to be dominant. And they're people like Bill Gates and Klaus.
Sacrifice?
Do what?
Do you believe in sacrifice, that the people that hold high esteem, prominent and celebratory positions that are idolized in today's society, do you believe that there comes a point in time where they have to sacrifice a loved one in order to continue their success?
Yeah, I do. I don't think that's inconceivable.
So who do you think runs this planet then?
See, that's just it. The beauty of your statement there, no one has been able to take over and run the planet. We still have resistance. We still have pockets of autonomy going on. They're trying to get rid of it. The WEF and old Klaus Hitler over there. You listen to this shit that they're talking about at Davos. We're going to have a one world, system here, and I think we need to prepare for it. It's going to get ugly for a while, but what do we do to get rid of those ugly people and just have the pretty people running the world? I mean, I watched CNBC air a interview discussing that. And it just blew my mind, because these people really think that they're going to get away with it. But the thing is,
it's disclosure. That's what's happening. That's what this year 2024 is supposed to be about, is awakening awareness and disclosure. Disclosure, awakening and awareness. You're becoming aware of, if you haven't already been in the know, you're becoming aware of the things that actually rule this world, which
there will be mass casualties before that happens.
Yes.
Unfortunately, yes. Whether it's an EMP die because they're reliant on electricity, or it's going to be, before a massive information dump takes place, there is going to be an entire full-blown grid shutdown. That's what's going to happen. Everything is going to be shut down so that information cannot spread before full disclosure comes about.
Well, okay, so in history, you learn about these things happening over time. Germany tried to do it. They had a ministry of propaganda They only wanted the German citizens to believe certain things. The Roman citizens, they had a same ministry of propaganda back, when they didn't want Jesus to excel, and they didn't want all of Jesus's disciples to gain any traction in the world because it upset the apple cart and it got people to thinking on their own. The Turkish Empire, the Ottoman Empire, they did the same thing,
Just like today, you go to Africa, you go to school, you go to high school in Africa, you learn different, maybe possible truths than you learn if you go to high school in America. You learn complete different history.
Well, the only thing you learn about is gender identity and all the other bullshit in schools in America.
If you're in a freaking female school that Oprah funded, maybe
No. You learn how to serve in an Oprah-funded school in Africa, but over here you learn about gender studies and what it takes to decide whether you're male, female, furry, fluffy, or
if you want to hoo-ha-ha.
Yeah, if you want to go to the website hoo-ha-ha.com. I love that. Hoo-ha-ha. That's Tech Radio. Welcome to the show, honey. Hola, ¿cómo está? Anyway.
I don't know. I mean, I've heard all these types of things for many years that it's going to be a one world government. Yeah, they're trying. You can tell that they're trying. No doubt about it. But it's never going to happen as long as we can somewhat remain strong here in the United States.
Well, you've got, okay.
I'll close with this, and I'm going to let you guys go. There's things that I researched and learned going back to 2015, 2016. Heavily got involved with just researching weird ass shit for no fucking reason, going back to the Epstein logs and Hillary Clinton's emails and John Podesta, Pizzagate, the human trafficking, all of that stuff that I researched. I've become numb over the years, and just boom, over the last 6 to 9 months, all of this stuff is now resurfacing. Friggin' 8-9 years later, like it's freaking ridiculous. And I don't understand the delay, why I've had to know this stuff for so long, and it's caused me to be isolated from my family. Like, everybody's living in this weird la world, and I've had to compartmentalize like my reality and associate a false reality when I interact with people, and it's fucking sucks. So I'm at a fucking cliff's edge where I'm ready for shit to just fucking implode in itself. And if it doesn't, fuck everything that I ever thought or believed in is it just fuck it off. Like, it's stupid. Like, it's one or the other at this point. It needs to either happen or be done with everything.
But here's the major thing that I think will continue to keep it all from being a one world order type thing. And that is religion. Religion will keep everyone separated.
Okay, so I hold on. I gotta get Jester in here, because Jester on his live on Clapper was kind of tailing around some of these things. Jester, are you sober enough to remember? No, I can't, dude. What's wrong with your mic?
Take that damn box of wine out of your mouth.
Fuck. Put the road mic on there and just come to the party. Anyway, so this seems to be a very big topic throughout all of the social media platforms. I mean, Jester and his listeners, and I was on there, fanning the flames, because they were talking about some of these things when shit hits the fan and prepping and things like that. And I think all of this comes together. I think you're going to find that there's enough awake people out there, not woke, but awake, that will be able to resist this push by the elites, the 1% people who want to control everybody else. We'll be able to stop them. We've done it before, and I believe we'll be able to do it again. Now, what happens after we stop them is somebody else who wants to get into the vacuum and suck up all the power, because you've got those narcissistic personalities that are just roaming around waiting for their opportunity to become the next Hitler, the next Mao Zedong. You can't get away from them.
No, you're 100% right. And like I continue to say, I mean, you hear this whole thing over and over again. I don't know. I can't buy into it. I mean, I guarantee you, I agree with the whole 1%ers controlling shit above the president and all that. We all know that. I think, when someone like President Trump is in office, they don't get their way as much for obvious reasons.
See, there's a whole dichotomy there when Trump was elected, because Trump is an outsider. Mm-hmm. Some people thought, oh, you know what? Donald Trump, he's a New Yorker. He was a Democrat, and he switched parties to Republican. I think he's going to be the same kind of guy we had before. And it turned out that he wasn't. He was just a businessman thinking, we got to make some changes or else this country is going to fail. And the people who were employed but unelected were able to put up enough roadblocks and stop his agendas. He was able to get some stuff through, but they threw up enough shit that they stopped him from completing a lot of his missions.
Yeah, and here's the thing that I see going forward. Even, because the same things, he's going to encounter the same exact pushback that he did in his first term. We all know he's going to. Because no matter what, as much as he wants to drain the swamp, he by himself cannot do that. But what you're going to see after his presidency is we're going to just have a continuous rollout of non-politicians such as Vivek and other people continue to try to run for president. And the American people are going to continue to vote for those people.
Is that bad?
It's not good. It's really not, because you fall into the same pattern that you had previously. But I think Trump has learned his lesson. So he's not going to go with the advice he gets from all those insiders. Hey, you ought to get Bill Barr up here because he knows how to do things. And he was Ronald Reagan's assistant attorney general. Because Bill Barr is a fucking inside plant. That's all he was.
So
he didn't do shit.
We also have to know that Donald Trump put people in the front line for us to see, okay, keep your enemies close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did. And he's a big believer of that. I mean, you can't react to somebody if they're doing it and that's why the Democrats had to come up with these people that could only give hearsay evidence. Well, I heard from a guy and a girl and then this person at the coffee shop that Trump tried to grab the wheel of the beast and motor his way over to the Capitol so he could run over Democrats, which is basically bullshit. Or this Vendman individual, this worthless piece of shit who served in the United States military, Colonel Vindman. Yes, Donald Trump, I listened to him on the phone call. Okay, I didn't really listen to him on the phone call, but I saw the call notes, and this is what he meant. And they took that as gospel in fact, and it was nothing close to being gospel in fact, but they impeached Trump over the phone call. But I think Trump understands this time. And you see, I'm not a big fan of Steve Bannon. Do you like Steve Bannon?
He's flips. That's crazy.
He's kind of nuts, but Steve is not an insider. Steve calls balls and strikes. He may not be right all the time, but he is not he's not a deep state operative. And he's going to go to jail for contempt of Congress. Hunter Biden's not going to go to jail for contempt of Congress, but
hell no.
Steve Bannon and the Economist who fucking changed our economy. I cannot remember that young man's name, and he's dropped off the face of the planet. But he's also under contempt of Congress and being prosecuted by the Department of Justice for working in the Trump administration. So. Anyway, I'm off of my soapbox now.
There's somebody who fell off the face of the earth. What are you talking about?
Oh, that was Jester.
Okay. time.
Yeah.
Where are we going from here? Talk to me slightly. Oh, Doom Daddy.
Well, I was seeing if Jester had his mic up yet or not. Apparently not.
Dude.
He might have passed out.
Click the button. I'm just...
Anybody.
I'm fucking working on it.
Jeez.
Boom. There he is.
And
There's
I'm
Daddy.
getting sound out of my phone and my headphones. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Oh, you're still on the panel as Doomsday or whatever. I don't know if that's.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I have no idea.
You sound lovely, though. This
yeah,
microphone's
yeah.
working good.
Maybe a quick
Right, but the
F5
problem
real
is I
quick,
hear
please.
myself twice.
So do I.
Hold on.
Oh, my Lord. Now we're gonna get into
All right,
a
how about now?
technical.
Back to these. After these messages, we ride.
Are we good now?
Can you hear yourself?
Hello.
Hey.
Hi. Hey, how
Now
you
I
doing?
can hear you. Oh my God, y'all sound so beautiful.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
so do you.
Yes. Way down.
But I did want to point something out very specific. Does anybody find it ironic and a little bit odd that the Jewish people under the Roman Judea rule, and I can't remember the exact form of government, that ordered Jesus to be executed at the time when he was executed, now the governments of the world utilize Jesus's execution as a form of control.
Huh?
Huh?
I was
Yeah,
going to go with the
I
little
need
Alanis
some
Morissette here.
elaboration.
Isn't it ironic? Don't you
Isn't it
think?
ironic? No. So at one point in time, the governments that were ruling things wanted to kill off Jesus Christ because he spoke against the message they were producing.
Yeah.
Now we use Christianity as a form of control. The government utilizes him as a martyr. Isn't that crazy?
No, I think you're stretching it there. Okay, so
I'm really not. Governments killed him. Now governments use him.
okay, so the government didn't
But,
kill
you know-
the Roman government. Did not pronounce sentence other than because the Pharisees, because the ruling party of the Jewish community in Jerusalem said, we don't want him. He's bad. He's talking bad about Rome. He's talking bad about everybody else. Interestingly enough, Pontius Pilate, the prefect,
He was the Roman governor of the Judea.
of Judea. No, Palestine. No way. No, it's Palestine. No, he was Roman. He was the
He was
prefect.
the Roman governor of. He was the Roman governor of Judea.
Correct. And he said, I don't find anything that this man has done for
He
me to
ordered the
sentence him to death.
crucifixion.
He washed his hands of it because the Pharisees, the ruling
He said, "I'm not
class of
guilty."
the Jews, said, kill him. He's
You know,
bad.
I really
kill
called
him.
in here for Q. How you doing, Q?
Ah, fine. Fuck you.
Fucking fantastic.
I'm happy to see that you're waking up to these things. I'm happy to see that you're finally starting to poke that sleeping bear, as much
What
of the
the
listening
fuck?
audience should be doing.
Finally? What do you mean, finally? You obviously weren't here when I said I've been dealing with this shit for fucking years.
Well, I don't know where you were years ago. I just thought you were hanging out in the trailer park with Crazy, but
No, I was on fucking Twitter. I was on Twitter until I got banned like 2.5 years ago. And yeah, I got banned for this shit, man.
I'm sorry, Q. Anyway, Scooter.
Yo.
I heard you. I guess you and Slightly are together doing jerky stuff.
Jerk away
Because I don't
stuff.
think Slightly
Thank you very
was
much.
original, so I'm only
Jerk away.
assuming you two are together.
Yeah.
And I know you
don't-
can't go
don't
to
be shy.
Vegas, so that means Slightly traveled all the way to your lovely home in Oklahoma,
Correct.
which means you must have one hell of a cock, and Blue Chew stock just went up.
Dude, I've got the biggest caucus in Oklahoma. You knew that. You've gotten the pictures. And I've still got never mind. I've got the
Anyway,
biggest
Slightly,
caucus in
how
Oklahoma.
you doing, brother?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you? It's quite late. I've been up since 3:00 this morning.
And I haven't got to talk to you in quite a long while.
It has been a while.
It has been. So hello. How are you?
I'm doing swell. Just living the dream, as they say.
$3.99 a minute. Please deposit more coins to top this slightly.
Yeah, slightly. I gotta pay the power bill. What you got?
Oh yeah. No, everything's good. Been out here in Vegas for a couple of years, trying to get into the groove of things, and just can't wait for this year to be over already.
I gotta tell you, I've been catching your videos with Scooter over on the platform. You're looking mighty fine.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that. It's because of the hat. It hides all the grays.
It does. And I think, goddamn, I wish he was my Uber driver.
You're just looking for that reach around, aren't you?
I mean, you're driving, right? I mean, we can. Hey, man, you want to switch up? I don't care. I just friendly reminder: this is still the Beans and Weenies' Doom show.
Correct.
I had to pull it back in for a second there.
Slightly
Does
doomed.
the center console fold all the way back? Like, can you make this a
Actually, I have a little bean bag, so it's a little soft.
Slightly just drives a fucking U-Haul van with beanbag chairs in the back. He doesn't even have a car.
Fine.
It's a
German.
sweatshirt over the
mattress.
stick
Get it
shift?
right.
I'm good.
Oh my God! Now
So,
we've completely gone
Slightly,
off the
I got
rails.
a trivia question for you.
Ooh,
How many
shoot
illegals
away.
can you smuggle in a U-Haul?
Oh, wow.
As much as $99.95 an hour or $19.95 an hour will allow you.
Q, that's the Home Depot trucks, and I think they've gone up to $29.95 an hour.
They
You
are
can rent a
$29.95.
like a 10-foot U-Haul for $19.95 an hour. Is it a day or an hour?
It's a day,
It's
Q.
something.
It's a
It's
day.
something like
But
that.
with the Home
yeah.
Depot truck, you get the free labor included.
Yes, because you're right there.
No.
Just pile them in the back.
God, Slightly, that's so racist.
I know.
Chels, why don't you come up here and tell us about the movie Priceless? I would love to hear about it.
Anyway, so
How
you
many
guys-
illegals, by the way?
You guys were getting deep into this conspiracy shit.
Yes.
And
They were.
I totally ended out my live to come over here. It just took me a while to get in because I couldn't run both lives at the same time. We don't have that technology.
That's what my
Scooter, we're
last
gonna have
date
to
said.
chat about that.
We do
I
have
need
that
to be able to do
technology.
that.
You should have you could have messaged me, and I would have taken care of that. But you were talking something similar over there with Mags
No.
and Minty and everybody and Lisbeth.
Well, notice half the people that were in my live over there ended up over here. I said, "Hey guys, I'm leaving this live. I'm going to the Beans and Weenie show."
And everybody just piled over.
Jester, you need a clap on the back. What are you going for here?
No, just a couple strokes.
Stroke it
That's all
to
it
the
takes that
east,
time.
strokes it to the west.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
I mean, Q, you calm down. There's a time and a place, and that time is at my house, and the place is my house.
I need
Wait.
more whiskey.
Time out here.
God, am I that fucking butt ugly? God damn.
Jester, you are.
I've
Pipe
sobered
down
up
for a minute.
since the
Shells, are you
conversation.
on the panel, my dear? Talk to me, Shells. No Shells?
She's got to
It's
unmute herself.
shells, not shells.
You shut up. I'll call her what I want because she loves me more than she loves you.
I don't hear
thought it
shells.
was
Well,
Shells,
never
like
mind.
Sharper
Jeez.
Chelsea.
All right. Anyway,
Sad face.
Or maybe it's shells like Charlotte.
it's Robin, but I wasn't going to go there. So you all don't know quite what you think you know.
I know
Just saying.
it's Robin.
Uh-huh. No, I don't
Its
think
mom
you
is
do.
Robin.
Uh-huh.
Why are you gonna out her like that?
I wasn't outing her. Nobody
He
knows.
outed her.
What?
Not you.
Chill.
I didn't say a word.
Okay, so
Anyway.
I want to ask Slightly a question because Slightly doesn't come into Clapper. He doesn't get to hear me rant. So Slightly, you're a right wing conservative gentleman, right?
Sure.
What is your opinion on Trump? Do you think he could possibly be a plant? Because that's what I think.
That Trump could be a plant?
Slightly.
Like
let
the
me answer this for you real quick. Jester, you ignorant slut. He is not a plant. Would you get off of that?
Now, Jester, do you think Vivek is a plant, though?
What do you like the Antichrist?
No, not like the Antichrist. I think he's a false flag. I think he's put in place to make us think we have a superhero. Thus, they can keep the charade going. It makes for better TV.
I still believe in the theory
I don't know.
he was in place. Things are good. He stepped away to let us see how bad things could get. And
so he let the election get stolen, Q. That's what you're saying.
Not saying that he let it. Of course, he did everything he could to keep it from happening. He knew that's what they were going to do, but he probably didn't have the backing that he thought he had.
I would like to think, Jester, to answer your question. No, I don't think he's a plant. And I think you say that he let them steal the election. I don't believe he did let them. I think what occurred, like I said, this is what I would like to think, is that he had his little speech. He tried to rally Americans and all that. January 6th happened. And I think that was an important thing that occurred. And, suits could be lined up at my door tomorrow, and I don't give two shits because I've had it with society as it is. But here's the thing.
Plus, if you end up in prison,
the one thing that I take away out of January 6th is that, and I'd like to think, is that Americans fucking showed this government who's really in charge. So on that aspect, I have no problem with what happened on January 6th.
I disagree. I agree, but I disagree. So I think January 6th didn't show the government how much Americans were in charge. I think January 6th showed how much people need to be in fear of the government. That's what I think it did, because every one of these people that stepped out and stood up went to prison, someone died, and the shit is still going on to this day. They're still pulling people out of the woodwork and charging them with the insurrection case.
Yep.
And that's why if Trump is elected as president, I would expect him to pardon every single fucking one of them.
He already said he's going to. Yeah. He already said he is going to pardon all of them because they do not deserve to be in, well, Ray Epps should be in jail and not serving frickin' probation like Deobra Redden.
Well, so I'm going to tell you what.
I mean, here's the thing. They all want to say it was an insurrection.
Going to be pardoned, Julian Assange.
Hold on.
They all say that this is such an insurrection. If people were trying to take over the government, they would have fucking showed up with guns and weapons.
Exactly, Slightly. Thank you.
And they would have taken it over. They would have held hostages inside of the Capitol building. I mean,
people, there would have been mass murders.
Yes.
Now, hold on. Let's break this down, just not like crazily, but just for a brief second. None of the people that went in there to cause the insurrection, if you want to call it an insurrection, because I think that's a dirty word that we're using to label this, right?
Yeah.
Within society.
Yeah.
But think about what actually took place that day. You had a group of people that were relatively peaceful to an extent. Not everybody was, but to an extent. A mass majority were peaceful and walked into that building and were welcomed with open arms.
They were escorted in.
What part of this is criminal?
Trespassing.
What part says trespassing?
Trespassing is the only thing that I could see as far as from a legal standpoint.
Okay.
It's the part that doesn't fit the narrative. That's the part.
Take a step back because
period.
Nobody has been charged with insurrection. In all of these, they've only been charged with criminal trespassing, destruction of property, pretty much non-essential crimes.
That's all they have.
Exactly.
Just like Trump,
they don't have anything.
Why he will remain on the ballot in every state.
Yeah. Trump has not been charged with insurrection. But the thing is, they have to scare the people. The 81 million people that voted for Biden, 40 million dead. But anyway, they've got to continue to scare those people to stay in power.
Well,
Listen,
not only
real
that,
quick,
but they have
real
to
quick
scare
before
people
we
that if
continue.
something like this were to happen, don't you dare think about stepping grounds on the Capitol.
Oh yeah,
Right, exactly. Slightly.
Deterrent.
And that's what
But
it is.
here's-
This is
but
a
here's the
warning to
thing.
every other American. Don't do this.
Here's the thing, though. If something were to happen to where Biden is reelected, say he beats Trump again, you're going to see shit a lot worse than January 6th. I guarantee it.
I hope so. I hope so.
You know what? On that note, I got two things I got to say. Number one, Q, you're always going to remain on my ballot, baby. The second thing is, slightly,
Yes,
I don't
sir.
know if you knew this or not, but you were the first person on Podbean to invite me into a show.
Yeah.
and don't
Yeah,
you
I
feel
know
bad
that
for
enough.
that now? Slightly.
Look at the damage you have started.
I'm telling you. It's all good. It's good
That's
stuff.
embarrassing.
I get on Scooter about when you don't show up to the shows. I'm like, where the hell's Jester at? Did you fire him
I
or
have
what?
a job, man. I got to go to work. Anyway,
Yeah.
so my whole insurrection of Podbean could be blamed on Slightly because he opened that first door.
I did. I brought him out of the closet.
Put a baby in me.
Exactly,
Hey,
Slightly.
oh, easy. I don't know about that. Real men have babies.
Jester, I think you're going above and beyond on that one right there.
Let's try that again.
Okay, but let's go.
We're running out of time.
We
Scoot,
are.
but I wanted to talk about
Yes.
what's going on in Texas.
Oh.
So today was the last day that the feds were going to give Texas to like, hey, you need to let things open up back for the Border Patrol and all the federal agents.
Right.
Texas is saying that you can go fuck yourselves. We're going to control everything here in our state. We'll protect our citizens. Go to hell. It'll be interesting to
And
see
these
how things
are
play
the
out there.
citizens saying this,
The-
right? These are the citizens saying this.
No, this is the state
Is that
government.
correct?
State government.
No. The citizens are saying go fuck yourself.
No,
The
no,
ones
the
that
state
take
government's
the
telling
Border
the feds to
Patrol.
go fuck off.
Essentially, but it is a majority of the citizens of the state of Texas that elected Abbott as their governor, telling the feds to get the fuck out of here. We're going to control our own border.
Because
Okay.
you failed to do so.
Right. You've got like three lily-livered liberals down there, Rolando Salinas, that says we didn't agree to this. We want the feds to do everything. We don't want the state of Texas to protect anything. And they made up this big lie about a mother and two children dying.
Yeah, they did. They're blaming Governor Abbott for this.
Yes,
They're blaming it. But here's my perspective on it.
Yep.
It's not the governor's fault. It's nobody else's fault but the criminals themselves. If they never chose to cross into the river and come into our land illegally, they would still be alive today.
Where did they perish?
Play stupid
In
games,
the river.
win stupid prizes.
That's it. They drowned in the river.
They
Here's
drowned.
the thing. How
Okay.
many points of entry into the United States are there along the Texas border? I'm just curious. Does anybody know?
287.
Many. What?
There's a
How
lot.
many?
287.
Holy shit!
No, there's not 287.
How do you
Oh,
know?
Jesus, Jester.
How many
No,
are
just
there?
Jester, but
There,
okay.
Scoot.
I'm whatever. Okay.
Q, one night with me, lot of Jesus would be said, I tell you.
There's currently there's 29 there's 29 points of entry, official points of entry along the Texas border from El Paso all the way down to Matamoros and Brownsville on the very tip. Okay, so there has to be a point where these people could come through legally.
Right, and there's 258 of them.
They chose not to.
Right.
She put her children in peril
Mm-hmm.
and died because she didn't want to go to the official
Through
point
the
of
legal
entry.
route.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you could also, you could blame them, or you could also blame President Biden for their deaths.
Well, it is Biden's fault, but you know what? She could have got that round trip ticket from the cartels. They would have brought her across and taken her back.
Okay, so that brings my question. I have a question. What keeps someone from going the legal route? Like, are you a drug mule? Like, why? If you're coming for honest reasons, why not go through the honest protocols?
Well, two
all right,
reasons.
let's break that
There's
down
two reasons,
for a second.
honestly.
So
There's two reasons.
Hold on, let's seriously, let's break that down.
Slightly
So-
seriously.
In the U.S., we utilize social security numbers and fingerprinting to vet people, okay? But other countries don't utilize social security numbers and fingerprints for their vetting processes, right?
Right.
But if somebody is on a watch list, they have everything they want to know about that person. They have their DNA, they have their fingerprints, they have everything that they have, okay? If they're on a list and they can't make it through and they're vetted, it fucks up the gambit because then that creates statistics. There's no statistics with this, which means there's no fallback. You get what I'm saying?
Right, but is a single mother and a child going to be on that list? Like, how do you?
If they're connected to somebody significant, yes.
Okay, so they're
If
the
they're,
ticket
if
in
they're the
for
wife
families
and a
to
son of
follow
a
in.
terrorist, yes.
I got you.
But,
Okay.
but
It
here's
will
the
be.
reason. But here's the reason they don't follow the legal process. Number one is money, and the amount of time it takes years for these people to get processed the legal way.
Yes. It does.
And neither the Republicans or the Democrats, neither party wants to resolve the issue because if they do, it takes away a talking point.
Exactly. And the vegetables aren't going to
But
get
Trump
picked out of the
didn't know how funny
ground.
to talk about.
Like New York Representative Ralph Nader, whatever the fuck his name is, big lard ass, Chris Christie lookalike, said in Congress. But let's reverse that. Let's just take a moment and let's reverse that.
Scooter, I need a minute after this.
You're going to need a couple of minutes. But here's the deal.
Oh no, I got something.
It takes them that
you
long.
guys.
What if you illegally enter Mexico? What happens to you?
They'll probably put you in prison.
They do. You go straight to prison. You don't remember the young man in San Diego took a wrong turn
Oh yeah, I
and
do.
drove across. A United States Marine took a wrong turn, drove across the border. They slammed him on the fucking pavement and they threw him in jail. It took us 9 months to get him out of jail
Yep,
because Mexico
remember
said
that.
you don't come into our country illegally.
illegally. Yep.
And he had a
All right,
gun. And I mean, you know, it was a legal
Well,
gun.
The gun was the big thing because they don't like guns in Mexico.
Well, only the cartels and the government can have
The
it.
federales.
Yes. Federales and the cartel, that's the only ones that can have the gun.
Mhm.
So,
All right, so I got something for you guys.
uh-oh.
All right.
Yeah. Is it big? Is it
So,
huge?
can anybody out there in the audience or you
I'll be
guys,
back.
anybody that's listening, anybody tell me what kind of regulations there are to come from Mexico into the U.S., regulations on furniture, clothing, any of this stuff? What kind of regulations are in place?
Now you're saying from Mexico to the United
From
States,
Mexico
or
to the U.S. when it comes to clothing, furniture, a couch, a parka. What
I
kind of
know there are
regulations
certain
are in
items
place on
that they
goods?
do not allow you to bring across.
There's no regulation on that. We transport goods from Mexico all the time, right?
Right, but going into Mexico, there you pay
Go-
a shit
okay.
ton.
But what I'm saying, coming to the U.S., there's none.
Nothing.
We make goods in Mexico all the time, and they come across. If anybody out there is driving a Dodge Ram, that came from Mexico, right? So if anybody out there buys a Frigidaire refrigerator, it probably came from Mexico,
Mhm.
right? Okay, so there's no regulation on this stuff. Everything just pours through the border, okay? And the same could be said about clothing and furniture. Now, when these furniture trucks, you have a United truck or whatever moving truck coming across the border, they go through it. There's no people in it. Okay, it can pass. Goods and services, whatever, it falls into the realm of things.
Right.
Somebody asked on a radio show I listened to, you know, it's so odd that the people of Mexico would just come across the border with these entire families, children, infants, whatever, with nothing. And they said, well, don't you see what's really going on? They're told to come here and their shit is being transported. And I said, how do you know, the host says, how do you figure that? And said, well, there's no regulation on these services. If a moving van goes across the border and comes back with a dresser, clothing, kids' toys, That's not being stopped, and nobody's regulating it, and nobody's asking, the origin or where it's going, because it falls under the goods and services category. So a lot of these people that seem like they're coming over here with nothing, their entire lives are being moved over. But because we have a separation between people and goods and services, as well as we should, that is being violated, and they're utilizing that.
I see what you're saying.
Think about this for a second. You build your entire life where you are, like slightly when you move from Cali to Nevada. Think about how much shit you had to pack up, put in boxes, and move. Do you think these Mexican families down there that have, grandma and grandpa's heirlooms are just leaving that shit behind? No. That shit is being packed up by somebody and transported to the U.S. And the government is paying for that process to happen. They are trying to make the natural-born American, regardless of color, credo, race, whatever, they are trying to make them the minority, thus decreasing American values, thus making the true patriot a terrorist within our society.
I agree 100% with you. They're trying to change this country. They're trying to change the values of this country, and the
like morals.
The values and morals. I mean, and it's not just the Mexican people. I mean, you take a look at the lists that are being provided. I mean, you got people coming from China, fucking Russia, China, all across the globe.
Yep. Middle East. We've got a lot of Middle Easterners making their way across the southern border. Just saying.
Hey, slightly, I'm not poking fun at you, but I do got to throw this out there. So second to the exodus second to the people coming across the border in Mexico, the exodus of California. You want to explain that to the listeners?
Oh my God. Oh, I don't think we have enough time, but I'll try. I mean, just take a look at the cities in California. You see all the political bullshit going on. There's no reason why you'd want to stay. You want to pay high taxes. You want to own a business that basically the state representatives could care less if you remain in business, because if you leave, somebody's going to replace you. So they'll overregulate you. They'll regulate your business to death. I mean, where does it end? I mean, you're right now in San Diego, you're paying over $2,000 for a 1-bedroom apartment in the fucking ghetto.
Don't forget getting a ticket when somebody homeless comes and shits on your front sidewalk and you don't wash it off. So you get the ticket for it. That's a way to run a business.
What's crazy about this is I have a follower that lives in San Diego, and I don't know how this guy does it, but he comes into my lives all the time. He has farmland in San Diego.
If he lives in East County, he does.
There.
Does he live in like Hamul?
Trying to think how the hell he's managing that.
Well, in the east part of San Diego, which is kind of like the valleys or the mountainside, you could have land. So it's not in the actual city; it's on the the rural areas.
Right.
So it's still possible.
Okay, because he talks about this, and I'm like, damn, dude, I don't envy you.
What kind of weed are they growing down there, Slightly? I'm just curious.
My buddy Little Joe, we got to talk to him, find out what are you growing in San Diego, Joe? What are you growing over there in San Diego?
Oh, poor guy. Oh. But I mean, out of all of the cities in California, shit hasn't gotten too bad in San Diego as far as the homelessness, as far as the policies and stuff like that. Now, they have a gay mayor right now. He was very far left. But
why are you getting down on gay people, Slightly?
Yeah, That's Slightly. Why are you getting down on gay mayors?
What the fuck, Slightly?
But wait a minute.
Gay people have feelings too, dude.
What?
He's managed to stay out of the ridicule and stuff, though. Like, you don't hear too much trash about him.
Oh, yes, you do, because he let all the homeless into the parks.
Yeah,
and everybody's getting mucked and shit on and getting...
So here's the most recent thing that has happened in San Diego. And I was just notified this earlier today from a passenger that I had. So now in San Diego, the people building homes there, more so condos now because there's limited space, the developer is not required to provide parking for the residents.
Go find your own fucking parking.
Exactly. So you commingle that with, in San Diego, we got to make sure we have room for a bike lane so all the bicycles can pedal to work.
And the homeless lane, don't forget the homeless lane, the tents.
lane.
You got to have the tents along the side of the street.
And then you still have businesses,
can I just
restaurants.
Say real quick, that's actually a thing in San Francisco. I managed a property. It was a 7-story high-rise right at the Charlie Turnabout. God, Powell Street, something like that. We're talking $6,900 for a 7-story, 2-bedroom, 900 square foot apartment. Okay, and you have nowhere to park. There's zero parking anywhere, so you don't basically get to own a car. Like, what the frick? How's that a thing?
That's extra. That's an amenity that's extra. But they can build a $9 million toilet in San Francisco for the homeless.
Yeah.
Man, we just got the 2-minute warning, dudes. I'm sorry. But
see, at least out here, we got a $2.4 billion entertainment venue called the Sphere.
Yeah.
That's pretty bitchin'. If you haven't checked that out, I definitely would recommend checking it out.
Problem is, U2 is there. I don't know what to say about that. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been incredible and exciting and fun. Slightly, you have any parting words for these lovely people?
Yeah, I do. Just take one day at a time. Make sure you take a nice, fresh breath of air once in a while throughout the day. And make sure you come back Saturday night for some more Beans and Weenies is Doomed.
There you go. Cubella, anything you'd like to add in there?
No, I think I've pretty much made myself sound crazy for the night.
Hey, Jester, make it quick, snappy there, pal.
I got another half hour in me. Restart the show.
Just grab another box of wine and go to bed. I don't know what the fuck. Crazy showed up. You didn't say a word, and so I think we're getting off easy here. So I'm just going to recite the 12-step prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change and to change the things that I can. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been fun. It's the Beans and Weenie is Slightly Doomed. Like Slightly said, be sure to join us Saturday night, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Check out Rumble, Beans and Weenie Show, and join the Beans and Weenie Show community. You get access to all the fun stuff like these shows. It'll be exciting. That's all I got.
And don't forget to, if you want, follow me over on the X, or Twix, Twitter X, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, at Slightly Serious.
And we are off of Podbean, so screw them, but we're still streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and Rumble.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So
are we doing like an after show?
No. It's I got escaping.
Oh, thank God. I need to sleep. I got to go to work in a few hours.
You got to get a nap and to work. Fucking poker table.
Unbelievable.
I see that. So, Slightly, once again, thank you. Hopefully, next Wednesday, back at it again, my brother.
Yeah. Should we move it up if we can an hour, like 7:30?
Yeah, no, that's cool. I was just, making accommodations for your
I
schedule, helping out the liberal chick from Vermont.
I'm telling you.
I'm good.
Maybe we'll have to bring her on and give her some shit for delaying our show.
Exactly. She needs to come on and play this game. All right, we're out of here. Thank you all.
Good night.
Good night.